Another highlight or leftover of my growth and understanding of Jesus Christ and his words throughout the wisdom of God and of the Bible is the issue of people and things. I'll start back at the end and work towards the beginning. I'm strongly convinced that Jesus teaches us to love people and use things, as opposed to loving things and using people. And though a small percentage of people, Christian people, will agree with that, an even smaller percentage will actually live by it. Now, Jesus' disciples didn't struggle with that because they didn't have things. Now, I'm guessing they wouldn't have struggled anyway. But they had very little to distract them and to protect them, or for them to protect from being damaged. Now, our tendency to love things tends to increase in direct proportion to the things that we have, the things that we own, and to the amount and price and value that we put on them, usually related to what we love to do. I once volunteered for a celebrity Christian singer to help load up his tour bus and his trailer. And after several trips, one of the other volunteers started to carry out the celebrity's guitar case. And he told him very forcefully, "No one ever touches my guitar." Now, I've heard people say that about their motorcycle or their car or their sacred dishes or many other things. But what he was saying, or at least what I heard him saying, was, compared to my guitar, you're worthless. And I can treat you that way because it is more valuable. I was once a very rambunctious young boy, and I can't count the times I've been scolded by adults. Stay away from my things. Or children have to learn how to take care of things, and they have to be taught the value of things. Now, I don't want to go to the other extreme and make it okay to be careless and destructive. And I don't defend all of my careless behaviors as a little boy or or as an adult. But Jesus clearly reduced all of the values of the world to love. Love God and love people. And he added to that, and don't be selfish. Now, he couldn't have been more clear, but that one commandment, which includes all of the other commandments ever made, is the hardest one for us to conquer. Why? Because we're all naturally selfish. That's called our sin nature. And that selfishness and that protectiveness of our things, the things that we consider valuable, including our own comfort, is most often the cause of hurting other people. And it's also most often the cause of turning against God himself when things don't go our way. In connection to the topic I recently did on being versus doing, this topic is a Siamese twin. Jesus has presented these two competing realities, and he calls the one the world, which by its nature opposes everything that Jesus values. And the other competing value is a personal relationship to Jesus and his Father. Love Jesus or the world. In his words, every person will love one or the other. He says in 1 John 2:15, do not love the world. Do not love the world, nor the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him, or it's not really working. He also said that we can't love God and mammon at the same time. Mammon is money and the things that it buys or it represents. We can't love both at the same time. Now, these verses are not questioning our belief in Jesus as our Savior, but they are questioning our ability to grow in love for Him. And most of those distractions from love for Him are things. Love Jesus or love the world. Love God or love stuff. But both can't be loved at the same time. Now, that should be easy to understand, but people who love their things will insist, you just don't understand. You just don't understand how important this is to me. Unfortunately, I do understand, because I've had the same struggles, sadly. In Matthew 4, Jesus talked about his 4 temptations, which we've talked about before. And they are exact parallels to his breakdown in 1 John 2:16 of what the world looks like. It looks like the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the boastful pride of life. In other words, it focuses on things to have, things to do, and things to be. Actually, I got that out of order. To do, to have, and to be. And ownership relates to the middle one, the lust of the eyes. To have. I want my own things. I want to own things. Things I really love and value. And once I own them, then they own me. And I give them my time and my devotion. I live to protect them, but also to harm anyone who might damage these things that I have come to love. They make me look good. And my selfish nature would rather look good than be good. I will fight for that. And I will fight at the loss of love, compassion, tenderness, patience, generosity, and all of the qualities of Jesus Christ living in me. Do I have good excuses for loving things rather than people? Of course I do. You see, I can convince myself that my things don't hurt me, but people do. They hurt me. And since it's all about me, I now give myself permission to deny Christ and hurt others and use others so I can continue to love things. Have I ever been guilty of loving things instead of Christ, instead of people? Of course I have, absolutely. But I have learned that when we give ourselves permission to love things, we will almost always abuse people. Jesus promised to us, love me and love people, and I will take care of your things. I will take care of them better than you ever could. And more than that, Jesus' promise is, love me, and I will take care not just of your things, I will take care of you. And that is all.